My name is Rachel. I'm a superstar consultant with our Global Rising Tide family, and I'm going to talk to you about some do's and don'ts with our limited time offers, or LTOs. With it being fall and winter season, we have a lot of LTOs that will be coming out. So first things first is definitely make sure if you have any questions that you are going on to our training section in Workstation, or even just typing in frequently asked questions when things with licensing, what you can and cannot post, things like that. Great training resources are on there. So speaking of licensing, a couple of key points from the frequently asked questions section with that I wanted to share with you guys is when you're on social media and you're going to be posting about those LTOs coming and it is a licensed product, make sure that you are using one of two options for sharing the photos. The first one would be from getting them from our marketing tab in Workstation. Those have been approved and are perfectly acceptable to use. The other is making sure that if you're using a lifestyled photo or a real life image, you are staying in compliance with that as far as showing it, you using it in your home, a kid holding a buddy, a warmer, things like that. Make sure that you are still following those guidelines from our Workstation to make sure that you stay compliant with those images. The other thing with the images is that if you are taking the ones from the Workstation, you cannot write over, add, take away, anything like that from those images. That would make that out of compliance. Now, most of us, when we are sharing our LTOs, come up with wording, whether that be describing what is for sale or upcoming dates, times, things like that. If it is a licensed item, make sure that you are avoiding anything that is an intellectual property of that, such as a character's name, a quote, a song lyric, things like that. Again, there are plenty of examples to show you how you can post those on that frequently asked questions page in Workstation. The other thing with our limited time offers that a lot of us consultants do is we take pre-orders. This is a fabulous way to know how many you're going to be needing. Also, if you're creating a party based on that, you can set it up ahead of time with putting in placeholders and get your rewards all set up so you don't waste time and potentially have an item sell out on you when closing a party. So with pre-orders, you are not allowed to collect payment more than 7 days in advance of the item launching. So what I normally do is I will set up a pre-order list. And then what I do is I collect the payments as I process the order. That is just me personally, as I want to make sure that I can get the item. The other thing with pre-orders is make sure you let your customers know the real expectations that these items may sell out with you having to put in multiple orders. Now, if they don't want to wait for that or run the risk of it selling out when you're trying to put it in with other multiple orders, direct them to your website. They can always place the order themselves through your personal website or PWS. And lastly, I wanted to touch base is when I share my LTOs. I don't share them as soon as we find out. It takes away from other things such as normal catalog items that I could be selling, current LTOs that are still running, things like that. And it takes away the excitement if you share it too soon in advance before the item actually launches. So I share just a few days ahead of time. That helps me keep my pre-order list small so I'm not having several people's orders. I can direct a lot of my customers then to my website. And it also keeps me within that 7 days of collecting money for any pre-orders that I do have, that I do take in advance. I hope this helps and you enjoy our LTOs and launches and have fun with your Scentsy business.